To be honest with you guys, I'm getting tired of living near a neighbor who loves war. Thailand loves war. They really want their nation to go to war, and they don't give a shit about their citizens who live the border. Clearly, Thailand don't care about their people and their soldiers, and they practically every single day advocates for war and wish their country to go to war. And I'm getting tired of it. Cambodia is getting tired of it. Recently, that we have been accused of planting new mines again just because some soldiers of them are patrolling around the border even though the ceasefire has called, and telling them to put halts on patrolling along the border, and they stepped on fucking landmines. Who knows wherever it comes from, even they do not investigate it. And out of the sudden, whenever their soldiers' leg blows off, they point fingers at Cambodia without any thorough investigation. No investigation, no evidence, no proof, just some freaking pictures, and some mines sometimes don't even. These are not evidence. That's just accusation and speculations. And every time their soldiers step on landmines, they point fingers at Cambodia. This is not high school. You're just trying to find some excuse to go to war and go to war again. And that's what they have been doing ever way before this war happens. You must have seen on the news. Before the war broke out, there were 2 incidents of them stepping on landmines again, and they accused Cambodia. Even before and even now, we do not get any peppers or results or conclusion from the fucking investigation that these bombs belong to us. But we're being accused way before the war. And that's why it triggered the war. So who do you think started the war? When these mines, we don't even know what where its source is from, and all of a sudden the war broke out. And when you ask every single Thai, they will say that it's because Cambodian plants landmines on their territory, even though they don't have any proof. But it's what triggered the war, if you ask every single Thai. So who do you think started the war? When Cambodia don't even have a reason of why we would start a war with Thailand. And right now they're using these tactics again. The past 2 days, their 2 soldiers step on landmines again. Now, do you believe in all of this bullshit? Again, no investigation, no third party investigation, no reports, nothing. Just whenever their soldier legs blows off, they accuse us. Stop throwing a tantrum and do your job properly. Be professional. Go through legal proceedings. Maybe seek some help outside if you really truly ensures that you want to have peace. But clearly you don't. Whenever this happens, you started saying you have the right to exercise self-defense. So right now we're on the verge of breaking this ceasefire, and they're getting themselves ready to have a self-defense, even though nothing could have happened if they just grow up a little bit and stop throwing tantrums in front of cameras and start focusing on the ceasefire deal. But they don't care. They love war. They want to go to war. Even their citizens celebrates war. They really, really want to see war against Cambodia. If you can see their behavior throughout the internet, you can see it. And I'm so tired that it has to involve Cambodia. My people near the border and my soldiers, we mourn every single soldiers that have lost their life. I don't want to see any bloodshed. Not on the citizens, not on both Cambodian and Thai citizens, not on all the soldiers who are victims from these few freaking children who can just sit and talk to each other and solve their own problems, but instead they lash out and prefer war instead of going to therapy or talk to each other. That's why I'm so freaking mad. And why are you patrolling along the border, even though in the ceasefire we said that there should not be any movements along the border? There must be halts, but they keep walking on the freaking border and has their legs explode every single day. And who knows where these landmines come from if they don't investigate it. They say that the bomb is in their territory because they cannot say that they walk into Cambodian's border. So they say it's in their territory. But how do how do Cambodians set a freaking bomb in their lands? So they said, we have been installing these landmines during the fucking war. Who installs landmine during the fucking war? Active war zone where we can't even walk on the fucking land without being shot at. You use your brain. And then they said we planted the bombs. But what do we say? What do we say as a Cambodian? We say that if you planted the bombs by yourself, your own military planted in your own freaking province, your own freaking border, then it's your own problem. You're just stupid who cannot even talk to each other about where you planted the bombs. But if you excuse it that it's Cambodian's bomb, that it means you walk into Cambodian's border. You violated the ceasefire. You come into Cambodian territory if you accuse that it's Cambodian's bombs. But Cambodia refuses that these are new bombs. These are not landmines, and we do not plan them. If it's a new landmine, we do not plan them because we are committed into diffusing all of these bombs. We suffer enough from bombs, okay? And if it's a landmine, there's a high possibility that it's all just bombs that are remains from the freaking Vietnam War, that the America dropped millions of thousands of bombs into Cambodia, and it remains in the fucking forest and along the border because not many people travel back and forth during around that area that we have the dispute. That's why we don't have. So obviously it could be any bombs, it could be anything, any possibility. That's why we need a thorough investigation conducted to put an end to this once and for all. It's so simple. But of course Thailand wants to go to war. They loves it. They already the Royal Thai Air Force already posted on Facebook that they have the F-16 jets all ready to go. You can check their Facebook page. They celebrated the bombs. I'm so tired to have a neighbor that has an Israel mentality. They cannot even do things the proper way, so they would rather choose war instead. And I'm so tired of all of this. If they just grow up a little bit, and if their own people actually speak out against what their war criminal behavior of their government or the military is doing right now, then maybe they will listen to their own citizen. But the fact that some citizens shut up during this whole ordeal, and some citizens, so they let all of these trolls on the internet encouraging war. So if you think being neutral right now is a scapegoat, is safe for you, and you feel better, I hope that you know the blood of these innocent civilians and soldiers from both countries are in your hands.